Okay, so today we have something really cool. We are in Norway and we are at a Viking death metal festival. It's called Midgardsblot and it's supposed to be very authentic and epic. I have my friends here, Brady and Ben. Ben. We're gonna go in, buy some cool stuff, listen to some great music, show you around. So what makes this festival very unique is that it's taking place at the Mounds. Mounds are burial mounds of Viking kings. Some of them are as old as 1300 years old. So you get to hear authentic, traditional, old pagan music while looking at the mounds. All right, well, we're inside. Let me show you around. There's a Valhalla hall. Let's go into Valhalla together. Wow, look at that. So what you can actually see there is what historians think is the closest possible reconstruction of what a Viking hall would look like. As you can see, it's magnificent on the outside with intricate carvings, and it's even more intricate inside. This was where jarls would sit and delegate their decisions and meet powerful people and make alliances, celebrate victories, plan wars in a building just like this. It is fascinating to see how the concert goers are dressed. There's a lot of traditional wear, a lot of Viking wear, and here we're gonna look at one of the stages and the bands that is performing. Look how cool it is. You can see people actually sitting on the burial grounds, and there's actually nothing wrong with that because these things were meant to be interacted with. So there's nothing really sacrilege about doing that, and it's quite beautiful to see how the past interacts with the present in a harmonious way. Now we walked into the part where there's various vendors, and you can find some very unique creations, some ritualistic, some reproductions of ancient religious symbols of the ancient Nords, So let's go around and check out what we can find. We can see some vinyls here, death metal and traditional music. Oh, look at that. That is neat. Drinking horns. Oh, I might get one. That is fantastic. More vinyl. We'll take a look through it a bit later. Some cool t-shirts with runic inscriptions. Wow, look at this. Wow.
Ready? Fight.
Wow, guys, this is so neat. I mean, how often do you have a chance to come in the village that it kind of resembles what maybe Viking villages looked like? To see people dressed in the way they are. Here we can see people recreate the lifestyle. It is just so fun to role play history, right? And it gives you a perception of it. You might have seen movies, read it in the books, but until you sort of just dive in and see it in action, it is it's hard to grasp it. It kind of gives you goosebumps because, you know, not only is this somewhat historically accurate, some of these things, but also we're standing in a very, very renowned place, the Mounds. This is where Viking kings and queens were buried, and it's one of the most sacred places to people of this land who honor their culture. And so we're standing right here where their center of power was, and we're seeing this history being recreated, and we're taking part in it. It's amazing. It is truly amazing. We'll see more video. I'll make more videos shortly here, but if you ever have a chance, I definitely suggest you come to this festival. Let's go check out how the Vikings lived. Look how cool this is. This is amazing. Traditional way of cooking. That's what was done back in the day. You know, the sort of tents that they would use to set up their camp. It's replicated quite nicely. You can sort of get a glimpse of what Vikings were, how they lived, what they thought, how they interacted. Of course, that this is not, you know, an exact replica, but you get a feel for it. You can sort of reimagine yourself as a Viking yourself, walking through a typical village like this, you know, passing by deities of gods, paying your respect, maybe before you're about to depart on a pillaging campaign or a long voyage into great unknown to discover new lands and continents. Who knows, right? What is impressive is a sense of community that you can feel here. It's definitely noticeable that people are passionate about what they do. You know, everybody's not pretending to be doing something. They're actually living it. And it's so, another cool thing is these people, for most part, are the actual descendants of Vikings. You know, their grandfathers were Vikings and probably looked almost exactly like them. And so, what a unique opportunity. You know, and look at the detail. You know, you will be strolling around and you'll see a shield, as maybe a Viking of old We just leave there for a moment. You know, and the thing is, it doesn't feel fake or, you know, overdone. It feels quite welcoming and natural, and in such a beautiful setting with the music and the backdrop. It connects everything so well. But we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna participate in some of the festivities. Perhaps I may even end up looking like a Viking. We'll see. Wow. So beautiful. We are convincing Brady to get a face painting of a to look like a real Viking. What do you think, Brady?
I'm thinking about it.
On this, I mean, these are out of tune now, but
Yeah.
that's in F minor, I think, but it's Mounds probably. These are tuned in A, like an A octave.
Yeah.
And of course, the problem is the string size. So in terms of tuning, but you can get around that by moving the bridge to shorten the string length to increase, to heighten the tone.
Yeah.
So this is almost an exact copy of a panpipe found in a Viking toilet in York, England.
Oh wow!
Dated from around 900, and it must have either been dropped when he was, or he thought, you know, because it was broken here, the original. So the moppy thought, yeah, I don't want that anymore. But the very basic.
How would you play it?
Almost like a South-American sort of. And it's original tuning because they were able to measure the depth of the hole.
Wow.
So we can reproduce it exactly. So it may not be a perfect scale on an app.
But that's what it
near
was.
Enough to what they had because we were able to measure the depth. So it's okay as a fun campsite sort of.
Yeah.
But you've got to practice, you know, in terms of.
For many years. Now I'm gonna give you a little gem of a story that comes from the mountains of Tibet. And the funny thing is that the Tibetans have kind of the very similar stories to what we have here in Norway. And I guess it's mountain countries, both of them. But the thing is, our stories, they have been cleaned by the Christians. You know, they're very pure and clean and stuff like that. But Tibetans, they kept a more raw pagan feel to it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a tiny one. Are you ready for that? Yeah! Yeah, see if I remember this. Once upon a time, there was a clever rabbit. And the clever rabbit lived in a small forest just below the mountains. And he had a couple of friends. He had wolf and crow and fox. They were all hanging together and doing, you know, naughty business, robbing people, stealing here and stealing there, and yeah, this is normal stuff.
So I'm filming this sitting on the mound of a Viking nobleman.
Midgardsblot!
Looking at the replica of a grand hall. Wow, what a performance. And look how the Grand Hall looks at night. Wow. Alright, and now we're off to see Heilong, another amazing band.
All people, and beasts and trees, and stone and wind, we all descend from the one great being. That was always there. Before people lived and named it. Before the first seed sprouted.
Skegel
Yes.